Welcome, everybody, to the Comically Gaming Legion Breakdown.
You
We're on
new
episode
segment?
6. Yep, new segment here. I say new show.
Yeah.
We'll just pop it in randomly whenever we sort of can. The
Yeah.
but just we're gonna have a discussion about Legion. Legion has become so good that we feel like it deserves its own attention,
It
uh,
does.
and so we'll be full spoilers on these. They'll be brief, but talking we're at episode 6 right now. We're going to go forward, try and knock these out every week when the show comes out. And so yeah,
Yeah.
what do you
Awesome.
say other than
Um,
Legion's been so great so far, huh?
Been so great. Yeah. I mean, every episode, and there hasn't for the first time in a long time. First show that doesn't have filler episodes.
Right.
Everyone has been great. Um, yeah. Episode 6 continues to be great. What I guess it started off with at the end of episode 5.
And episode 5. Right.
At, yeah, they're all. He goes in, gets his sister. So awesome when the team's walking up with the Radiohead song playing, with
Right.
all the agent what Division 3 people like in the concrete and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're walking up, seeing his aftermath,
Right.
and then and it's just with the music playing is so epic, and then
You
they
got to
go in and what?
you got to think even right at that moment what's going on in Sid's head as she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh shit, this is my boyfriend." You know what I mean? At that point, she's full on in love with him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And she knows that that's him that did that
right.
stuff. And regardless of what they did to him or what they're doing to his sister, that was pretty
Yeah,
brutal. What's going on
totally.
there?
Yeah, pretty brutal. She's okay with taking out Division 3 though. I mean, the first
Yes,
episode, they're throwing them miles away and
frying him in that pool, and
shooting them,
yeah,
and yeah,
that
frying
was.
them. So,
Still though, that was like a
but the way
level
he
of like,
did,
oh
yeah,
crap, he figured out how to control his stuff and can do this. And
yeah,
then when they were watching him on the video where he was just kind of dancing
yeah,
and boom,
yeah,
everybody fried. Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy.
And then they show the 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 yellow eyed dude
Right.
in the one camera shot, and it's actually just shooting
Yep.
them. Totally awesome. And then so he gets his sister, takes her back to their childhood home,
Right.
and that's where Sid walks in,
Yeah,
and he's
basically the
like,
whole crew's there.
yeah, and he's once he gets his sister there, he's starts getting kind of evil with her, right? And
Yes.
his bad side comes out, and then the
So
team walks.
she she has a secret still that she's kept from everybody this whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When they were interrogating him or her, they were trying to get her to crack, and I think she didn't say there's something that she knows besides my brother's adopted that she's not saying. And she
yeah,
didn't say it to them, and then he cornered her and tried to do the same thing. But clearly, it was one of the evil personalities of him that
yeah,
was interrogating his own sister because he was freaking her out too.
yeah,
And
yeah.
again,
And she
that's
looks over at him. His eyes are rolled up in the back of his head, and he's like,
right.
but so yeah. Then the team walked in. Curly hair dude's following them, transformed into the agent that was on their team, and then goes to take him out.
Right.
Um, Tries to shoot him. Sid
Yeah, team came through the door with
grabs.
machine guns and stuff too.
Yeah, and he comes. Yeah, he came through with the machine gun, fires it. Sid grabs David to his white room, and then they get to the white room. The devil
Right.
is chasing her around in the white room. He's freaking out, and then pop, they're back in the insane asylum.
Right.
Um, and that was where we started this
Yep.
episode.
Only what's her name? The girl that died in
Lenny,
the beginning. Lenny is the psychiatrist.
yeah,
Yeah, in the psych ward. Yeah. So and then that's how this one started. and yeah, and then this one, so the entire episode was the psych ward.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're full spoilers here. The she, if she isn't the devil with the red eyes, then she's another personality that's also evil. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she has essentially when Sid hugged him in that room, they froze time, and he in his head created a place that sucked everybody into, including frizzy hair other guy. And it seems like regular time is frozen around them. The bullets are in midair
Yeah.
coming at them, and all this stuff is going on in his head. Uh, and yeah, again, they're back at the psych ward. Only Lenny's the psychiatrist, and it's just so good. As they all started to kind of figure it out that things are
Yeah.
weird, and cool that Sid is the smartest one. She's the
Yeah.
first one to kind of be putting the pieces together that something's not quite right. And what's her name? Melanie Molly. The lady who's the head, who's married to the deep scuba diver.
Yeah.
I forget. You know what I'm
Sure.
talking about.
Yeah.
She's the least
Yeah.
together.
She's like lost it.
Yeah, yeah. She's totally cuckoo there, and yeah. So just really fun to watch them all kind of slowly figure it out. To have the couple that's tied together. Really big move for the older male side of them to leave, to go
Yeah.
towards the ice cube and stuff, and leave the young woman behind, and then she
Yeah.
freaks out when that happens, and
Oh,
the whole thing, and it was cool the one point when Lenny acted like, oh yeah, he's got it, and she's talking about the frizzy hair guy, like
yeah. Yeah.
he's only the evil one in here with me,
Yeah.
I'm okay with him,
Yeah.
you know
So,
So yeah, just some
yeah.
cool moments as they figured that out. Interesting that
Yeah.
it was the whole show. I almost expected it to be like half the show. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And it puts all of them in David's shoes,
Yep.
from the beginning, acting like all of their powers are mental problems. And,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
And funny that he's like happy
Yeah.
there as the rest of them
Yeah.
start to figure it out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, is that it definitely seems like he obviously brought them there when they were, when the yellow-eyed guy was chasing Sid around in the white room. It was obviously David who brought him there, but it seems like it's Lenny who's running it.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
So,
sure. So, clear, and again, I know a little bit about this from the comic books that I'm not going to spoil for people who are just watching the show, sort of thing. But, without going in deep down that track, I think it's pretty clear that there's at least, to my mind, he's got it's multiple personalities. There's at least four of them. So it's regular him.
yeah.
It's the 10-year-old him.
Yeah.
And then it's the demon with the red eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's Lenny.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like
So
they're
it's all part of him.
right. And Lenny and the demon with the yellow eyes may be the same, or they might not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they might be two separate things inside of his head going
Yeah.
on there,
Totally.
Pretty cool moment when she, for the first time in the show, is like, I know your dad. And,
Yeah.
and again, we won't go there in case people are just watching the show and don't read comic books.
Yeah.
But that's a big deal.
For sure.
So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see how far down they go down that path, And
Yeah.
then the other thing was like she acted as though once she started being like, you know what, screw it, and she just started fucking with him and not, caring
Yeah.
about holding
And
up the
I
illusion.
don't need you. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she was pretty much at that point, she has stated that I found you as a baby and knew you had potential, and I've been inside you ever since, sort of thing. Again, that kind of follows down the whole reason that the show is cool is that it might just be a multiple personality of him, or it
Yeah.
might be this other being that's taking advantage of him. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I do like. I feel like to some degree it's going to be more along the multiple personality route, and I feel sorry for Sid because I like Sid a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's obviously in love with the guy, and you know, that's not going to be good for her. As if versus the storyline is there's these bad stuff in you that we can fight.
Yeah.
Versus
Yeah.
you are the bad stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, could be crazy how that goes. You know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, and it's, you know, like we said earlier, or I mean, I guess this is a separate show, but it's renewed for season 2, so we might not even find out.
Of course, yeah. There's
Yeah.
only 2 episodes left, yeah. So maybe
Yeah.
not. The one last thing that I would say about this episode is that really cool that the scuba divers, how he's coming and trying to help them and stuff.
Yeah.
Particularly cool when he got his wife into the room through her dreams where real life is frozen.
Yeah.
You know? And then he's like saying, be quiet, and then she's still talking to him like she can't help herself, and then the eyes open. You know what I mean? That was a really cool moment for sure. You know, and so it'll be interesting to see. Like, I got a feeling they're not all going to make it out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
there's too much. It seems like the guy of the Split 2, you know, he's with the scuba diver. You know, but it seems like she's in trouble now. You know, he came to try and get her or whatever. You know, obviously the girl of the Split 2, you know, she's fighting for herself, sort of thing. And then, you know, we'll see what happens with Sid as well.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
so super intriguing and super cool. You know, in a show that since the first episode has kind of been a little bit more standard moving forward. You know, as far as just a storyline, it was cool to watch this one that was all just like frozen in his head for the whole
Yeah.
episode, you know.
Totally.
Cool.
Yeah. Can't wait for next week.
So yeah, that's it. We'll talk about episode 7 next week.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll check you next time.
Yeah. Thanks.